Hey guys, so it is put together and honestly, I'm pretty impressed with it. So here's what I ended up having to do, and I'm so glad you guys are back for the highly anticipated part 2 of this video. But anyway, so this thing was really nasty. If you watched the first video, if you didn't, I'll put the link up. It was really nasty. I think I got it from a guy that may have been a hoarder. I could be wrong on that. But honestly, I was a little discouraged when I opened it. But after digging into this thing, getting it cleaned up, I'm really happy with it. And I'm a little tempted to keep it. But I will be selling this guitar. It'll be either on eBay or Reverb. I'll figure that out and I'll put the link below. But what I ended up doing with it is I took the pick guard off and I looked through all the electronics, made sure everything was put together nice and sturdy, everything was still connecting right. I used some deoxit cleaner on it to get all the connections good, make sure that nothing was stuck. Because something from 1965, sometimes these right here just don't make it. But everything is in great shape, all the connections are good. This gets a little wonky sometimes. I didn't want to undo everything and just to try to fix this because this is a pickup selector, so bridge, middle, neck, and I think this does reverse polarity and maybe some out of phase stuff. 100% couldn't figure it out. I tried to read some stuff and look it up, but everything I found was different. So honestly, I think that this may have been rewired differently by a previous owner. Nevertheless, it works really great and it's really cool. So I went through all the electronics, make sure everything was good, the connections were good, solid, clean, and definitely did that well. And then I wiped everything off the body. Once I started wiping the body off, this thing started to come alive. Now it's a refinish. You'll see on this thing I've got going for you. It is a refinish because you can see in the neck pocket that it has been painted over. But I think it was done a long time ago and it looks like they did a great job on it. There is some finish checking on it. You can tell that it's aged because you can see a little bit of white kind of peeking around the corners on it, which is really cool. So I cleaned the body off. I did some surface cleaner on it, some Dunlop stuff that I'll show you. Did a really good job spraying that in, wiping all the way around. And then I went with some, I think it's called cream of Aruba. And I basically buffed the body just to make sure I got all the excess stuff off of it, just from how long it seemed to have been sitting. I didn't want any grime stuck on it. It cleaned off very nicely. I'm very impressed with it. I think it did a great job. I was really happy with it. And then I moved on to the neck, and this neck was really nasty. It looks like this thing's been played a decent amount, just never really cleaned, which is fine. That happens sometimes. So I took some of that surface cleaner again and I started cleaning the neck, and my rag almost turned black in the parts that I was using, but that's fine. I was really glad to see stuff starting to come off of it. And then I went to the actual frets themselves. They were just super nasty. They weren't shiny at all. So I took a little bit of steel wool and I started going after it, and you can just see the frets start to come to life. I'm super happy to see that. To know that not all was lost. Went down the whole fretboard. Got some green stuff out of there as well, just really stuck into the crevices of the frets. And then I did a polisher and kind of a hydrator on the fretboard, and this thing just came to life. It feels great. I'll go as far to say as well, I do not believe that these frets have ever been replaced because they look like the exact type of frets that would have been used on a 1965 Fender. They're very small, they're very thin, and they're awesome. But anyways, the neck came to life. I was able to get everything really nice on there, put the guitar together, and everything came together like a dream. I was able to set the bridge up to the 7.25 radius, and the action's really small. It feels great, it plays great. Now the pickups are a lower output, so you don't get much on it, but it sounds pretty good for what's on here. Now, I do not know for sure if these pickups are original. It looks to me like the casing was changed on them. They looked original when I took it apart, but I cannot say 100% for sure. So if you're looking to buy this, you're watching this video, I do not know for 100% certainty if these are the original, but they do the job. I've set it up. They sound really great. And actually, I've got a clip, so let's go ahead and go to that clip. Thank you guys so much for joining in, and I'll see you in the next video.